Hi, just thought I'd do a review of my Kent saddle. I've had this saddle for about 5 years now, so people always do reviews on their saddles when they're brand new, but this one's, like I said, 5 years old, and I thought I'd let you know what my experience is with it now that I've got a few miles on this saddle. It's the Kent Western Drafter, and our horses are quarter horses, and they're quite what they call mutton withered, which means that they've got a really round sort of wither. So these guys are quite hard to fit. This has got the widest quarter horse bars you can get on this saddle, and the fender saddle. Originally, when I first started looking for a lifetime saddle, I was looking for a traditional Australian stock saddle, but the more I looked into those, the more I found they tend to put your legs and feet in the wrong position, a bit too far forward. Eventually, after about almost a year of considering different options, I decided on the Kent. Now, the Kent is made by the Kent family up in Queensland, and it is a fender saddle, like I said. And the reason why I didn't like fender saddles originally was because they tend to sort of sit really flat. So if you see a lot of fender saddles, the stirrups are actually sitting like that. But on the Kent saddles and other types of brands that are custom made, you can get them actually pre-turned, so they actually sit pretty much in the right sort of riding position. A lot of Western saddles, you have to put broomsticks through the stirrups when you've got them stored. You have to wet down the fenders and that sort of thing to keep them twisted, but with the pre-turned fenders you don't have to worry about that sort of thing. It takes all that right away, so the fenders sit in a beautiful position. Of course, the good thing about fenders is they don't pinch your legs like normal stirrup leathers do. So all in all, I'm really pleased I got a fender saddle instead of the traditional Australian stock saddle with the normal flaps and stirrup leathers. So really good fit. It's got the flank rings on it, as you can see, the flank Ds. It's got really solid attachments on it up front there for putting on the breastplate. This breastplate is a really nice piece of leather. This is by John O'Leary at horseproblems.com.au. Really good investment. All round, really happy with the saddle. It's got the rough out leather, as you can see, on the seat and on the poleys. These ears here are called the poleys, and I've got smooth leather on the back. Sitting up a bit there because he's got his head down, but when he's got his head up and he's in the riding position, it really sits well. Like I said, really pair of barrelish type quarter horses here, hard to fit the saddles. The beauty about dealing with Kent was the first saddle they made for me was on a narrower tree, and without any sort of complaint, any sort of ifs, wheres, whys or whats, they were happy to take the saddle back and make me a whole new saddle. So it all went really well. They were really confident in buying from these people, really confident they're going to back up their product, and puts you in a really good position for riding, more of a dressage type position. Nothing worse than a general purpose saddle that throws your legs and your knees too far forward, puts pressure on the horse's back and puts you out of balance. So a good dressage type position for this saddle. Yeah, really happy with it. 5 years down the track now, really going well. When you first get it, you'll notice the seat is quite a hard seat. It's not a padded seat, but like a lot of car seats, when you sit in them initially, the really soft ones, they feel great the first 5 minutes. After that, they start to sag. This one, hard seat, but really starts to mould to your butt and is really comfortable for long rides. Really good. Highly recommend the Kent saddle. Well made, well supported by the manufacturer, the people in Queensland, and good all-round lifetime heritage quality saddle. So if you're looking for a saddle, a Kent is a good option. Thanks. Just wanted to talk about the rigging system on the Kent. It's got this thing called the cable rigging. Now that means you don't have a standard sort of fixed rigging D. You've actually got a cable which has got a steel reinforced core. We actually slide this backwards and forwards on the horse to find the right position. So this is great if the standard D position doesn't fit your horse. or you're fitting your saddle on a number of different horses, it's a good option. It just allows you to find the perfect center of balance for the girth, and really good option. Of course, the stirrups themselves are made by Horrocks, really good Australian brand. Love the Australian logo. Fantastic buckle set up on the cant as well. So, like I said, really pleased I bought this saddle. Fantastic bit of kit.